Starting today, no indoor seating is allowed at restaurants and bars in Washington state. We take a look at how local businesses are trying to adapt.
It's not a pleasant experience, and it's a nasty virus.
And the Moses Lake superintendent, as well as his family, have now tested positive for COVID-19. This comes after reports of breakouts following a large wedding near Ritzville.
One band of wet weather has now moved to the east of us, but there's more on the way. I'll have a look at your forecast next.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Whitney Ward. Well, today is officially the day. We've got a lot going on today. I'm here at home because of a possible COVID exposure, but we're going to make the best of it. We've got a lot of news to get to today, Mark. That's
right, Whitney. We'll talk on those new COVID restrictions that take effect today. First, though, we have learned that the superintendent of the Moses Lake School District recently contracted COVID. A district spokesperson says the virus also impacted his family. KREM 2's Taylor Vito brings us that story tonight.
I guess it's one of those surprises that just happened, and we obviously feel fortunate to not have a more traumatic experience with it. I mean, it definitely is. It's not a pleasant experience, and it's a nasty virus.
Dr. Joshua Meek says he and his family are on the up and up after coming down with coronavirus. The Moses Lake School superintendent says he first got the virus earlier this month after contracting it from a close family friend who tested positive. Now, to be clear, Meek's case is not tied to the Ritzville area super spreader wedding that's also causing Grant County outbreaks. He adds that his family has followed health protocols and have taken the virus seriously.
Like many people, I think sometimes you start to make some assumptions that you know kind of everybody's situation, and we obviously were exposed in a with somebody who didn't know he was positive.
But the day Meeks' wife started experiencing symptoms, the same family friend called the Meeks to say he had tested positive.
A lot of congestion, headaches, body aches, fatigue.
Now, what's been interesting, Meek notes, is that he, his wife, and their 3 boys all have experienced different symptoms. His COVID experience started off with what felt like a head cold, but his wife's symptoms were primarily body aches and extreme exhaustion.
The paramount thing for me was, I think I'm on day 11 now of no taste or smell.
Meek says he's sharing his story with hopes that others will take COVID-19 seriously. He says Moses Lake is seeing a surge of cases right now, and that's led to 4 district schools shifting to all online learning because of staff members out with the virus. Meek says when it comes to COVID, don't tough it out and don't try to be a hero.
It happened so quickly that I think nobody should take anything for granted. So if you're not feeling well, stay home.
While Meek says he still doesn't have his sense of taste or smell back yet, he is getting ready to go back to work. Taylor Vito, KREM 2 News.
In the meantime, financial relief is available to local businesses impacted by these new restrictions. An additional $50 million will be available in aid from the state. Meantime, Governor Jay Inslee calling on the federal government to provide more aid too.
But we know that is not enough. This is not going to ameliorate all the economic suffering by a long shot. But it's what we've been able to do so far. And I'm going to redouble my efforts, and I hope everybody who's listening to this will redouble your efforts to get the federal government to step up to the plate.
The governor says local aid will be distributed in grants and loans before the end of the year. Businesses can apply with the Small Business Administration at their local bank.
Now we want to take a look at the latest coronavirus numbers. 169 new cases here in Spokane County today, as well as 2 new deaths. 20 new hospitalizations were also reported, bringing the total number of people who are currently hospitalized to 117. That's in Spokane County hospitals. Nearly 67% of coronavirus patients in the county, though, have recovered.
Washington Congressman Dan Newhouse says he's tested positive for the coronavirus. Newhouse, who represents Central Washington, wrote on Twitter, "I began to feel a little run down yesterday, so I took a COVID-19 test. Last night, the results came back positive for the virus. My symptoms remain mild, and I am following CDC guidelines. I am quarantining and will continue to serve the people of Central Washington from home." All right, let's talk weather now. It's been raining for the majority of the day here in Spokane. Meteorologist Tom Sherry standing by here in the Weather Center. Tom, it was kind of nice this morning. Actually went out for a run, but then the rain came in with a vengeance, man.
Boy, you nailed it. We had sunshine in the morning hours, and then we even had isolated thunderstorms in the mid-afternoon hours. It really came pouring down around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Right now, we're at 42 degrees. Wet streets, but no active rain falling. Wind is out of the south-southwest at 18 miles an hour. We could see wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour during the evening and overnight hours. There's a look at the satellite and radar picture. As you can see, most of the wet weather has moved into areas of northern Idaho, but still plenty of wet weather headed our way. Again, this is a closer view. Areas of northeastern Washington seeing valley rain and some high mountain snow. Same situation over along the Idaho-Montana border. Some of the higher elevations seeing snow falling at this particular time. We'll look for showers and wind overnight. We should stay above freezing in Spokane with a low of 34, but of course that would make mountain snowfall. Stevens Pass had a lot of snow falling earlier today. Mostly cloudy skies tomorrow with a few showers possible, especially in the morning hours. We'll look for a daytime high of 45. You know me, I'm always looking ahead to the weekend. Right now it looks relatively dry and seasonal. Overnight lows in the upper 20s, daytime highs in the low 40s. Could see a few rain showers or rain and snow showers develop late Sunday night into Monday. I'll check the rest of your 7-day forecast in a couple of minutes.
Sounds good, Tom. We'll talk to you then.